is that this mastermind is going to go for all of May, all of June. We'll have 1 week break when we go to Summit. So obviously, and then we'll just decide what the next 8 weeks is from there. So, and we want to welcome you as well, Stephanie. So hello, since she's new to our call. So as it works, we're going to kind of keep that same rhythm as last time. The first week is going to be a mastermind. The next week we'll do like a hot seat with a top coach, somebody that based on what you are wanting. Did you guys all like that last time? I got all good compliments on that. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Cause it does feel like it was like a year ago we talked, and it was like 2 weeks ago. So we'll keep that format. And then I will also just kind of see where we're at, what we need along the way. There is going to be accountability with this group. That was one thing that we brought up. And so today you will get a Google Doc. And literally, I want to ask you ladies, though, specific things as far as accountability goes. There is the normal, right? SC, recruiting, coaches hitting SC. What else do you want to be held accountable on? Unmute yourself, please. Or we'll sit here in awkward silence.
I know, right?
I'm like, I don't mind it. Do you have a suggestion?
No, I was just thinking recruiting SC. I was wondering too, maybe maybe volume of some sort, volume goals.
Okay.
That might be something too.
Okay. Love that. Volume. Okay. What else? Hey, Shannon.
What about Coaches Hitting Success Club? Personally sponsored.
Yep. Perfect. And I feel like we need to say, I'll break it down like elite. So 2017, 2018, and I'll do previous too. So we can see kind of, because I know you guys have previous coaches as well, but it's exciting to celebrate those. Okay. Perfect. Any other suggestions? Shannon, we're just talking about accountability besides SC, recruiting coaches hitting SC, previous for elite, and also for elite requirements and volume. Is there anything else that you would want to be held accountable on for the next 8 weeks?
Maybe staying in phase 1 for ourselves. So getting our PD done. And because I tend to get so busy sometimes, I'm like, crap, I haven't done my PD for 3 days. And then I'm like, that's when my mind is all messed up. So.
Okay. No, I love that. Would you include, because phase 1 is also,
Right. So workouts, Shakeology, and PD. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll just say 4 vitals.
I was just going to say, we just started using the activity tracker again. So even just printing out the activity tracker and posting a snapshot, I don't know, just keep it simple. But all the things on there are really good.
Okay. Good suggestion. I love that. What do you need, Boo? Okay. So perfect. Love those suggestions. So let's get into our topic at hand today. As you know, we have a big launch starting tomorrow, right? Holy crap. So exciting. So I want to hear from you. First of all, what are you doing to capitalize on this launch? What is your system so far? And this is the thing too. I had this topic earlier today with my other coaches. And literally, if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, the beautiful thing is you still have time. Okay. As we all know, if you haven't heard, it goes live at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's a tab. Okay. So literally it goes live immediately. Of course, there's challenge packs, and you do know in order to be in Alana's exclusive test group, or challenge group, I forget what we're calling it, but they have to be a coach, right? They have to sign as a coach. So I just want to hear from you. What are you doing to really hypen up To Be Mindset? What are you doing to capitalize on it? So if you'll unmute yourself and please speak, that'd be amazing.
I'll go. No surprise, right? I'm like, oh, I'm excited.
I love it.
So I can't get my light right. I don't know what is wrong today. I feel like I'm in the dark. So we actually made a big event for my team for To Be Mindset. And it's basically been an informational event, and it's basically been a week long. So we started last Wednesday. We're running it through tomorrow, and we'll probably do some extra because, but every day we just, leaked out a little bit of information. And then I had one of my coaches posting a transformation every afternoon. So I was actually scheduling information in the morning, because you could schedule into events, which is awesome. So it could be up because, when we're on the West Coast, I liked it to be up for the East Coasters early. And then one of my coaches was posting a transformation in the afternoon. So we were just sharing tons of information. Then yesterday I did a live video, and I mean, I think I was on for like half an hour, which I usually wouldn't do, but it was just so fun and so fueled. And people were so excited. So I basically just gave them the information again, but then I broke down the kits, the different kits and challenge packs. And before I even said prices or anything, I said what Alana said, and I think it was on the National Wake Up Call yesterday, or maybe it was the week before, but she said that she charges $300 an hour for her services. And this is like getting 10 to 15 hours plus of her. And so, sorry, dog's barking. So I just said, you know, like, this is a crazy value that we're getting for either 99 or whatever. So I had customers, you know, or prospects message me afterwards, and they're like, I am totally in with the $200 package, because it just makes sense to get Shakeology and BOD, because I'm going to want to work out. I know I'm going to want to. So I really put an emphasis on the fact that you're going to shed that extra layer and then dive into working out. So I asked my team, I'm like, are you guys having people contact you? Like, are you reaching out to them? What are you doing now? So they're like, yeah, we're reaching out, and they want to get the challenge packs. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. They don't just want the kit. They want the whole solution. So it was just really positive, and so simple to just run and have somebody, you know, one of my coaches post transformations in the afternoon. It was like the simplest thing, but everybody's super stoked about it. So that's the big thing. We're moving them into a group after they order, and we're just going to have it be, I can't remember who it was that suggested, maybe it was Micah Folsom, but she said she's just having a Success for Life kind of group. She said, and I think it was in the Beachbody Champs page, but so I said, let's just do that, because that makes sense to me, that we would just do this for not, you know, 30 days, but for forever. And then I'm thinking about doing an event again like this in the future, so we can continue to add people to this, because as we learn, you know, obviously it's going to be even better. So.
For sure. But it's kind of like on any of the launches, is having something 2 weeks after. So
Yeah.
you get the 2 weeks, you feel comfortable, confident, and then the next one starting within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I love that you're doing that. And I'm assuming that you're just pulling the transformations that you have seen maybe just around, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously nobody on your team, well, unless they were in the test group. But I love that. Any questions for Heather on that? Yeah, Shannon, go ahead.
I love that idea. Could you give us kind of a guideline or an outline of what you're doing?
Yeah, I can totally, you know what, let me put it all in a document, and I'll just put it in the message thread or whatever. You guys can totally have it. It's like, it's nothing special, but it's so simple and just easily laid out. So I know I'm totally like you guys, like, just give me a plan, like put in place. So yeah. Oh yeah, you guys will, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll do that this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Heather. Yeah, Carly, go.
Okay, so I haven't really strategically like incorporated my team into it yet, because I don't know, my girls are just like really focusing. We always are like Success Club 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10th, and like they're starting their virtual boot camps, whatever. So I don't want to stress them out and like figuring out, you know, what to do with 2B Mindset yet. But I've been talking about it like the last 3 or 4 days, talking about, I said mine's called the Food Freedom Group. And then I talk about that. I ask people to email me with the subject line Food Freedom. I said I'm only going to take 12 applicants because it's a brand new program, and I kind of test it out alongside, you know, just a very intimate group of people. And then I think like my plan would be to invite my coaches to do it alongside me. I don't even have a launch date for when that group is going to start. Probably like May 14th, I would say. But yeah, I'm probably going to invite my coaches to do that alongside me. And then what I've done is taken that corporate video that says like, what is 2B Mindset, or introducing 2B Mindset. And then everybody that's emailed me about the Food Freedom Group, I've just been like, hey girl, like, it's so good to hear from you. Can you explain to me a little bit about your goals? This is what this is what the program is I'm talking about. It's actually called 2B Mindset. Here's a little video you can watch that explains more about it. And then at the end of the email, I just say, hey, is this something that you think could help you? I haven't had any responses yet, because I literally just replied to everybody, because I did a call to action yesterday. But depending on like the interest in that, then I'll probably just duplicate and share that with my team and see if they can do that exact same thing.
For sure. And I would say, I know you're so structured with a 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10, but just think this will also help them with that. Totally. And yeah, I would say capitalize on it, but that's starting within 2 weeks. That's awesome. So good. Okay. Who else? Anybody else? Yeah. Shannon, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're doing, we've been doing weekend challenges lately to find new people and just do like a quick like 2-3 day challenge. So we're going to do a weekend challenge this weekend, like to eat veggies. So eat 3 veggies a day. And then like Heather was talking about an event, I had, you know, thoughts on doing something like that. So if I can capitalize on that. But yeah, so we're looking for new people to take the veggie challenge and then invite them to the event. And then we'll start the 2B mindset on May 14th and just kind of roll into that. And yeah, just have an ongoing group. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will also add to this that my coaches that were in the test group, they're doing, and majority of them do not sign discount coaches. They just do not like that. But in this term, and it's just like the 80-day, the majority of the coaches that they signed in 80-day got so excited that they started coaching because they had to be a coach to be in that. But it's kind of that same realm. And so I would just remind you, yes, you may not sign discount coaches, but if they are aware that they can have that one-on-one time with Alana, and literally she will go through and answer every single message. So I was in the test group 2 ago, and if somebody had a question, she would go back and personally address every single person. So she makes you feel very, very valued, and the wealth of knowledge that you get, but they'll be able to, virtually or interact with her. So I would say don't discredit it and don't hold it just for yourself, allow them to see it. And if they are a true discount coach, then they're a discount coach, but allow them to be around everybody else with it. Shannon, go. You unmuted yourself.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, I jumped on late.
You're good.
As we speak, but so are we just talking about what we're doing for the 2B launch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I last week did just one of those questions. Would you be, if you had a program where you wouldn't have to exercise, you could change your mindset about food, would you go all in? And I actually followed the lead of my upline, Christina Delgado, and got a crazy response from it. And so I reached out to all those people. And then since then, I've just been posting, I did transformation posts on Transformation Tuesday, but different posts in different ways, asking the questions about, not necessarily weight loss programs without exercise, but all the questions of, do you struggle with emotional eating? Do you, have a negative mindset when it comes to food? Are you sick of yo-yo dieting? That sort of thing, and incorporating those into my IG stories also. And it's the biggest response that I've ever had. And what I did is I had written a blog about it, about 2B Mindset, and there's an application at the end of my blog. I just use a woohoo form. And so what I did is anybody that was interested, I said, the best way to share about this program is by my blog. There's an application at the end of it. I'd love for you to apply. And I actually have had 32 applicants, which is crazy because I've never, ever had a response like this before. So it's kind of been almost like a panicky, oh my gosh, now what do I do with all these people? But it's really helped too, because it's forced me to be super organized and then be able to help pass it on to my team. So what I did first with the people that did apply is sent them first an email that just kind of laid out what the success group is going to look like, what Shakeology is, what Beachbody On Demand is, unless they're a former challenger or coach, just so that when I share the options with them of the challenge packs, then they have an understanding of what those things are as well. And then I asked them I sent a second one that showed the Meet Alana video, and asked them to reshare their why and why they really want to be a part of this. And then the third one is the options. And you've probably seen one of the pictures that kind of lays it out and breaks it down. But then I also wrote out the different options of what every kit comes with, and that it also comes with the one-on-one coaching and the success group. And then I put the challenge pack with Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, whatever, as the first option, and then laid it all out. So anyways, I just wanted to share that because it's been super helpful for me to just kind of walk through it. And then I've just been sharing everything with my team. I think we're going to do a team-wide challenge through the tracker app. And the other thing in regards to the coach group with Alana is that I don't typically sign up people initially either, but I'm going to offer it to everybody because I don't want them to miss out on that opportunity either. So when they decide which challenge pack they want to go with, I'm going to then say, okay, so here are the options. This is what I need from you. Here are the two options to sign up, challenger versus coach. This is why going the coach route would be great. If nothing else, you also get a discount. In future months, it's easy to cancel. If you need to, you can word it however you want. And obviously, hopefully they don't just cancel, but I do want to give everyone that opportunity. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry, that was really long.
Don't ever apologize. That was amazing. No, that's really, really great. What questions do you have for Shannon Leach? Anything? Clear as, yeah. Shannon G, you go.
Oh, what did he say? Did you say
I have too many Shannons. Shannon G, Shannon L. So you go.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. What kind of, so you said with your application, did you just send everyone the application after they responded to a post?
Yeah. So I, especially on the one where they just say like me or interested or like, yes, they comment on it. Then I sent them actually my blog link because it was, I did a whole blog about it and I can share it with you guys. But it's basically just pulling information from our team call that we did with Alana and then the program itself, not having gone through it or knowing it. So it was just kind of like a breakdown of it. And then at the end is the application itself. So I said in my message for anybody that was expressing interest, hey, I'm so glad you're interested. I'd love to share more about it. I think the best way is to share my blog post with you. That way you can, I can answer any questions after you read through it. There's also an application at the end if you'd like to apply. And then I also reached out like on my Instagram stories, anyone that polled and said like yes to I'm sick of yo-yo dieting or I would love a positive relationship with food. I reached out to them and just said, hey, I saw your response to my poll. I was wondering if you'd like more information about the new program I've been talking about. And I did a video yesterday too. I'm really, really bad about going live or like doing videos. It's just not at my forefront or like my comfort zone. But I did a video yesterday after listening to the National Wake Up Call and just said again, like why I was so excited and why I thought that this program is for anybody and everybody. And all I said was like, if this, program speaks to you, just reach out to me. I'd love to have you join my group. I have, 10 spots left. And I actually had 4 people message me, which also doesn't ever happen. Like usually it's, like you're like reaching out to other people and inviting or like asking them after they've like commented or liked or done the polls. So I think that just, sharing why you're so excited about it and just continuing like just reigniting that fire, I guess, because I'm like a total fitness like junkie. Like I love working out, but I really do, the more I hear about this, think that it can be for anybody and everybody, like on both ends of the spectrum, the emotional eaters, people that struggle and need to lose a lot of weight, or the people that like fear food or use exercise, in order to eat. You hear people say like, I exercise so I can eat, but it's like, we need to shift that mindset. Right. So, that's what I've been doing.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you, Crystal. She just shared all of those social postcards in our chat thread. So thank you, Crystal, for sharing that. I would just say this. Of course, we embrace every single launch that does come about. And I know I have a lot of coaches that are like, well, this will not be my program. And I just literally say, why not? And I say that because it makes me go back to the last book that we just did, The Power of Positive Leadership. It's that North Star. Like this program is your North Star. It is a program that gets you to figure out your body. Like when I was in it, my biggest issue was the scale. I was like, I don't weigh myself. I just go by what my pants say. If they're tight, I stop eating like what I have been eating. Right. But I started to learn my body. I started to notice when I lifted heavier weights, I gained weight. And so I just had to, be very, very flexible with myself and understand my body. But it's something like when I went to the DR for a week and I came back, I gained 4 pounds and literally I knew exactly what I needed to eat. And it's all healthy, of course, veggies first, water first, veggies most type of thing. But you start to learn it. And literally I was like, oh, I can get this off in a couple of days. That's exactly what happened. So it's my North Star. Now, will I go and do the eating programs with the other programs that are coming out? Absolutely. Like Lift 4. Absolutely. Like this is this is a lifestyle change. So think about that, right? But of course, when those other programs come out, of course you can go and do the container system, or you can go do, whatever that may be, the 80-day eating plan. So just be very open-minded to it, because this is a program, and every single one of my coaches that was in the test group, they literally say, this is the program that will change that will literally stand behind our mission statement. Because the yo-yo dieting, like you, Shannon, like talking about that, so big for every single person. And the misleading concept we have here as a Beachbody coach is we're supposed to be perfect. We're supposed to be in the best shape of our life. If we gain weight, we know how to lose it easily. But we are in the same realm of everybody else. And so we just have to really show that we have a solution to it. So I would just say, be very, very open-minded to it. Make sure that as soon as it comes out that you're doing it, that you learn it. And then you're honestly going to say, wow, it's really easy. And honestly, it should be really, really, really easy. Okay. And I'm not saying, do you need to go help people that need to lose 100 to 200 pounds? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying help your people with where they're at. So if you have constant yo-yoers, if you have people with eating disorders, if you have people that can't get the last 5 to 10 pounds off, okay, that figure out who it is that is your clientele that can work within this. Okay. And if you're inspiring somebody and they're like, I literally want to lose 100 pounds. Awesome. I have the program for you. Is it going to take time? Absolutely. But I will show you how, right? It is such an amazing program. So I just really want you to wrap your mind about it, because we've been talking so much about it all week on the Champs page. We have Kevin, he's normally there, but he's not there, going live on Wednesday after the launch about it. We have Mickey Fernandez. I want to say Hernandez, but it's Fernandez, on Friday going live about conquering the scale. And when I was reaching out to her, she's like, I'm really passionate about this because it's the number one thing that, everybody says, they're out the scale. And now my coaches are coming back. I'm like, I had to tell people to dust off the scale that I just told them, that, that type of thing. And so she's conquering that. So I would just say, stay tuned to the Beachbody Champs page all week long, because we have so much great detail on that. So with that long-winded, what else about 2B? Anything? Yeah, Carly, go.
I just have a question, because obviously none of us have done it before. Are you guys just going to walk through it alongside your new your clients that are going to do it? I guess I'm just sharing corporate videos and stuff about what it is, because I can't speak from experience from it. And I couldn't speak from experience from 80-Day Obsession either, but I had experience with the containers. I have experience with Shakeology and all that. So what are you guys planning on doing 2B Mindset along with your clients? Just at starting the same time? Okay.
I think that's what's so great about Alana's group for us too, is that we get, I'm starting on May 14th, kind of like we've heard and suggested, just because then I get that 2-week period where I'm learning it. I'm going to watch all the videos. I think someone was saying that they watched all of them in one day, and then it was okay, now I have to go back and kind of because it's exciting, so, but yeah, I definitely, I didn't think time nutrition was going to be for me. And now 90 plus days later, I'm still doing it. So it's I feel like you have to kind of jump in and try it all, just like Brittany was saying. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if that helps, but yeah, just right alongside I'm learning too.
For sure. Shannon, did you want to say something?
I'm going to do I'm going to do the same. And we had a team call last night, and Christina Delgado had kind of talked about you could pick 3 paths that one could be the coaches that are going to coach people and go completely all in with it, only do the nutrition aspect of it, the 2B mindset. But then a lot of people are probably going to be the people that maybe are doing second round of 80-Day Obsession or whatever, where you might not necessarily, follow the meal plan and principles, but use those as guidelines to help teach other people, and that you can still be doing a different program, but just use the principles and basically just know it well enough to teach people and meet them where they're at, which I think we do with all programs. A lot of us, do every new program that comes out, or at least I try to, but maybe there's some in the past we haven't done, but knowing, how to educate people. So that's what I'm going to do, is just know the videos well, be in the coach group, listen to every single one of Alana's videos, because that's how I learned the most about 80-Day Obsession too. I couldn't do it because this guy, through the coach test group, but I just by listening to Autumn's videos, I would get so much by doing that. So
I love it. I jumped on the bandwagon too, and I put in so I did a mastermind with my 5 to 8 star diamonds today, and I have 3 coaches that were actually in the test group that were on this call. And so I would love for you to watch this. And I say that because Melissa Brewer talks so beautifully to it. I mean, she was in the test group back at the very beginning of it all. And then I have Melissa Gallimay, who she is all about her sobriety, and realized that she went to food as her crutch after that. And so she talks to that. And then you have Zaina Munji, same person. She talks about it being in it and being pregnant. And so you have 3 different perspectives that are so beautiful. And I will just touch on that. If you have coaches, which you do, in this world of Beachbody, and they were just saying it back here, like, how many people are pregnant after 80 days? Like, I was like, what, really? Like, that, I don't want to hear that, like, after like the ultimate reset or something like that. But I would say this is the program to keep your coaches and customers consistent with nutrition and just overall happiness, and they can do it while being pregnant. So they all 3 speak to it, and they all speak such different things on it. So I'd love for you just to watch that mastermind, because it was so beautifully, not scripted, but just kind of came together really well because of each of them being in it. Okay, so I would highly say that. And then of course you can always we had Melissa on our call in this one, huh? It was on another one. Okay, so you know who she is. She's absolutely incredible, and her results are insane from 2B Mindset. So you can share hers. She's gladly say that you could. So please check that out. What else? I'm just reading what you're saying. Course too. Oh, for sure. Okay, so you all know it goes live again at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is just the tab that will be available. The test group, obviously, on the 14th. What else do we need to know about 2B Mindset? Anybody? Nothing? Are you all excited for this?
Brittany.
Yeah.
I'll
Danny,
start
is
my
that you? Yeah. Hey, girl. Oh, I love
Sorry,
it.
that's why my video's off. I joined a few minutes late, but did you guys already talk about sending out like a newsletter to your current challengers?
No, we did not, but
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's on my to-do list for tomorrow. Once the links go live, I'm using MailChimp to create a newsletter that's going to have direct links for all of my customers to join it, because I mean, it's, your vibe attracts your tribe. So I have a whole bunch of customers just like me who will commit to something and then fall off track with their nutrition. So I am so freaking excited for 2B Mindset and I'm pregnant. So it's going to be super helpful. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm doing a newsletter, a little blurb about what it is, a little funny part about, like, I ate an entire package of Oreos 2 weeks ago and, I'm ready to like learn how to combat this kind of stuff. And then a blurb about here's, get one of these packages. And I have a, what's the word I'm looking for? A visual that says everything that comes with each pack. And then I'm gonna have links for those 2. And then the 3rd is gonna be the option to be in the coach test group with Alana. So it's just gonna be super simple, going to all my customers at once. So on top of obviously the new customers. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, but way to bring that up, because we always forget about our existing. Don't forget about your existing with this. Thank you so much, Jenny. And hello, little blonde bombshell. I love this. It's a good look on you.
You got to. Beauty hurts.
Thanks, sweetie, for sharing. So great reminder. Don't forget about your existing, please. That's such an opportunity, especially, I mean, if you think about it, they're probably because they already believe in Beachbody. They've already tried a program. They're probably more up to be like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I need. So don't skimp out on that. I'm just going to call you out, Emily. You have not spoke, and I am tired of it. Speak. Yeah.
I'm just taking it all in.
I love it.
So good, and I'm so excited for this program. I also I have not really talked about it yet, but I am on that today. I know.
I thought you were going to say that you were pregnant. I was like, what?
No. I thought you're right for not talking about it. I'm like, I know.
Okay. No, you're good.
I'll be, but I'm excited about Insta stories. That's really it's been such a great way to connect with people. I'm really loving that. So I'll be there today, and I'm just excited for the launch.
For sure. Let me read this to you too. I just had a coach after my little mastermind earlier. She wrote this big post. I'm just going to read it, like a paragraph of it. So thank you, Em, for sharing that. But I feel like this is all of us. Like she says, but literally, I feel like if you this kind of just sums all of us up. But if you would have asked me if 4 years into being a health and wellness coach, I would still be struggling with my own journey, no way. If you are a health and wellness coach, you should be in the best shape of your life, completely in control of your health and nothing else to worry about, right? I have to start off saying I personally helped hundreds of people lose weight, gain confidence, fit in clothes they hadn't fit in years, get great lab results. I'm an awesome cheerleader, mentor, and coach, but I'm sad and honestly embarrassed to say I struggle mentally every single day. You guys know how I promote personal development, and I have worked hard to overcome anxiety, depression, but I have never been able to crack the mental shift with food. Okay, I feel like that is kind of all of us, right? And then she just goes into obviously binge eating, closet eating, starvation mode, guilty eating, shame eating, and literally she's done it all. And she's like, for the first time ever, I have something to change my life mentally. Tomorrow, a mindset course will be releasing, and I could cry my eyes out with excitement. Sorry, I'm reading emojis. Can you read them? Understand that? But needless to say, like, this is somebody that's been in the business for 4 years, right? And I would just say, take that perfection band-aid off of all of us. We're not perfect. And I would say, just speak from your heart where you're at, what you struggle with. Like Danny was saying, your vibe promotes nope, collects nope, your tribe brings your tribe. Oh, yeah, you get me, right? Literally, I would just say, speak from your heart and talk about the struggle that you've had, with the emotional eating or, something that is relatable. But I feel like if you are just that vulnerable type with this program, you can this will be a great launch for you. It is such an amazing program. If you can't tell my excitement, like literally it's going to be your North Star, but just understand it, see how you can use it. And if it's a program for you, great. And if it's not, you have the wealth of knowledge to help other people to get where you're at. Okay. Whew. Long-winded again. My little excitement about this. Okay. Is there anything else on 2B? I'm excited. Are you all excited? Okay, good. If you do, unmute yourself and just talk over me. Like if you have something to say, do it. I don't care. The last thing. So next week's call, right? Let's kind of look at who we're going to have on the hot seat. What are we wanting from a leader? So last time, we have a couple newbies in here, but our entire realm last time was on leadership development. And we talked with coaches that have been in the business for quite some time and are literally still showing up every single day, very consistent, and they're doing the basics, but their wealth of knowledge and excitement is absolutely incredible. But my question for you now is, what do we want now? So next week, what do we want? You don't want me speaking, so you better speak up.
I think one of the things that we collectively kind of were maybe struggling with, just from what I was gathering from all of us last time, was going from like that initial contact through the process of like building a relationship and inviting on Instagram in particular. I think that was like, and I think we were like trying to seek out some people that are really awesome at that, because it's different than Facebook. I feel like you can get to the invite a lot more quickly, and I feel like maybe I'm dragging my feet on that because I'm so into like building the relationship. So maybe if there's somebody that's really good at that would be just awesome, because I feel like that's the place to be right now, from like IG stories to an invite to a
for sure. Y'all agree on that one? Okay. Anything else? Let me ask you this. Is there one of you that is really great at that? I'm kind of looking at Carly. Carly, are you really great at that? No. She's like, don't call me out on this. I just felt it. I just thought. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can find that. Definitely find that for you. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. Just to start thinking, obviously we'll do another mastermind in 2 weeks, and then we'll get another person in the hot seat. But if you have any suggestions, throw them to me, please. I will get a Google Doc all together. I will base it off of the bat. So thank you, Shannon G, for that suggestion. Great suggestion. And other than that, ladies, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to work the next 8 weeks with you. Of course, if you ever want to break down your individual business, that's a one-on-one with me. So just message me. Obviously, I will be reaching out to you. But if you need me before then, please do not hesitate. Know that I'm always here for you, and I'm very excited to work until the end of June together. Once again, sound good? Okay, thank you, ladies. Have a great day, all right? Capitalize on 2B. It'll be amazing. Bye.